Hi everybody, this is Brent from String Dreaming, and in today's lesson what we're going to be doing is teaching you how to tune your guitar. Learning how to tune your guitar is one of the most important things that you need to be able to learn how to do, because even if you can play guitar really well, if your guitar is not completely in tune, you're just not going to sound good. So today we're going to learn how to tune the guitar to itself, and we're also going to learn a little bit about a pitch pipe. So here we go. If I was to play an E chord, this chord normally sounds pretty nice on the guitar. But because my guitar is out of tune, it doesn't sound very good, obviously. So what we're going to do is we're going to tune up this guitar, and then I'm going to play the E chord again, and hopefully it'll sound a lot better, and in the process we'll learn how to do this. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to tune our E string, our low E string, the one closest to your nose. We're going to tune it to something. Okay, it's always best to start with a reference point. The best thing to do would be to tune it to what's called A440 or standard tuning. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to tune it to an A. It's the standard by which every instrument is tuned. Like, it's called standard tuning. You could also tune it to another guitar, like if you and another guitar together and then do this and make sure that both of your guitars are just in tune to each other. If you don't have anything to use as a reference point, like you're at the beach or you're out camping or something, just kind of make the best guess that you can and go from there. But I happen to have this thing called a pitch pipe. And what a pitch pipe is it actually, you can get this at a guitar store, and they're very inexpensive. This was probably under $5. I got this one a very long time ago. It's very dirty. And anyways, it has 6 little places to blow. And each one, it's kind of like a little harmonica. And each note is a note of the guitar. So this one, because it's so old, is a little bit out of tune. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the E from this to tune my guitar. So I'm going to blow into the 6th E string and... Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune the rest of the strings to the E string. Now the way that you're going to do this is by using these funny looking knobs right here, if you haven't figured this out already. These things, what they do is they're called tuners, or tuning machines. And if you turn this, what happens is a little gear mechanism turns this pin, and the string wraps more tightly around the pin, or you can loosen it. And what that does is, of course, it stretches the string tighter, which makes the pitch go up, or it loosens the string, which makes the pitch go down or flat. And so by adjusting these, you get the tuning of your guitar. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's tune our A string, our 5th string here. Right now, it is way out of tune. And what we're going to do is we need to put our index finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. Okay, so the very top string, the very lowest string, we're going to put our index finger on the 5th fret. So I usually do it like this, but I'm just showing you exactly where I'm putting my finger here. Okay, so on the 5th fret, and play that note. Okay. Now that note is actually an A. If this is an E, we have F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. There you go. So we're going to play it, if we want this to be an A, we can play the A here, and then tune it. Okay, so I'm going to put the index finger on the 5th fret here, and then tune the string below it, the 5th string, to that note. Here we go. So I'm going to reach over here, tighten my string, it's way out. Okay. Still a little flat. Now it takes some practice to do this, to get it just right, because what you're actually doing is you're developing your ear. And what I mean by your ear is not the physical ear, but your ability to hear 2 pitches and to be able to see which one's higher in pitch or lower in pitch. It takes some practice to get used to this. You could use an electric tuner if this is difficult for you, but I recommend doing it by ear, because you not only will be able to do it without the tuner, but you'll be developing your ear, you'll be developing your ability to hear pitches, and that's an extremely useful tool as a musician. That's pretty good. All right, next we're going to repeat the process, but this time we're going to put our index finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string that we just tuned and tune the 4th string to that. So I got my index finger, and this note here is a D, and this string needs to be a D. Right now it's like a D flat. Okay, so once again I'm going to tune up. Now you might be able to hear what's called a beat note. And as you play two pitches that are close together, you kind of get this weird like wah 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 sound. See if I can show it to you. It's a little hard to hear. You can kind of hear it's like wah 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 wah. Okay. As the two pitches get closer together, that slows down, that wah 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 slows down. And when they're exactly the same pitch, it disappears. What that wah 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 is it's the difference between the two pitches. So if one's lower and one's a little bit higher, you'll hear just a little bit of this wah 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 thing going on. Okay, if the pitches are way far apart, the difference is so big that it's going so fast that you really can't hear it. But if two pitches are really close together, you can hear this wah 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 thing going on. Okay, when that disappears, your two notes are in tune. It might take you a while before you hear that, but eventually you will, and you'll be able to use it. Okay. All right, so now we've tuned our 4th string to our 4th string to our 5th string. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the 3rd string. We're going to tune that to the 4th string. So once again, index finger or middle finger, if you want to, on the 5th fret of the 4th string. We're going to tune our 3rd string to that. And lo and behold, they actually pretty good. Okay. Good. Now this one's a little bit different, the next one. The next one I'm going to tune my 2nd string, the B string, to the G string. However, when you tune the B to the G, you have to use the 3rd fret of the G. So I'm on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. I'm sorry, not the 3rd fret. The 4th fret. I do this so often that I can't even like explain it sometimes. So the 4th fret, of the 3rd string, and we're going to tune that to the open 2nd string. Okay. So I'm on the 4th fret. There we go, now it's perfect. Okay, and the last one we're back to the 5th fret. So the 5th fret of the 2nd string, tune that to the open 1st string. So 2nd string, 5th fret, and 1st string open. Okay, so the pattern goes 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, back to the 5th fret. Okay. Alright, let's play the RE and see if it sounds better. It's a lot better. It's not perfect,